It is so great seeing my next guest get another fight. He's going to be back in action against Tresean Gore, UFC Fight Night, June 9th. It is Cody Brundage back here on the program. Cody, how are you?
I'm great, man. Thanks for having me. Always a good time when you hit me up. So,
hey, it's good to talk to you. And I totally screwed up the date there. It's July 9th, not June 9th. We just had June 9th a couple of weeks ago. So even I make mistakes. Yeah, there you go. It's all good. I got us covered. I got us covered here, man. But tell me how this all came together, because obviously your teammate Josh Friend was supposed to fight Gore. He's out, you're in. Was it just a simple negotiation? You're like, hey, you knew he was out and got in. Tell me how this came together.
Yeah, so Josh was scheduled to fight him. I like to fight a lot for Josh. And yeah, Josh just got hurt, was kind of dealing with some injuries, was kind of debating on if he was going to try to push through it or not. The doctor kind of was like, if you do push through it, it's not going to really work out in terms of the timing of it. I was trying to fight around that time anyway. And yeah, so I just kind of filled in. It was super easy. I don't think it was tough at all. We're under the same management too. So that just made it. So yeah, I just kind of slid in the spot. No controversy or nothing.
That's cool. Yeah. And I also figured too, because Tresean's last opponent was Brian Battle, who's also part of your management group. So I'm sure like your management's in the loop of who are options that are available. Is it one of those things where, Jason or your manager, they text you or you texted them? Like how did that part happen? I was always curious about that.
Oh, so my coach, most of the guys in my gym are managed by Iridium. I would say 95% of the guys. And so my coach and Jason have a really, really good relationship.
Awesome.
And I told coach, I said, listen, if Josh isn't gonna be able to go, I'd love to fill in on this fight. He's like already ahead of you. I talked to Jason, kind of the plan right now. And yeah, they just made it happen. They obviously asked me, but I'm never gonna say no. So they know if they're good with it, I'm good with it. So it fell together pretty easily.
How do you feel like you match up against him in this fight? He's only got 4 pro fights, but obviously the experience on the Ultimate Fighter too. You can add those in there. How are you looking at this from a style perspective?
I like it. I think he's kind of similar to my last opponent in terms of he's explosive and has power. I don't think there's many guys on the roster that are less experienced than me. So I like that. I think that's something that I'm looking forward to. He's not a very high volume guy, which is also something I like because I feel like I push a hard pace. I try to bring the pace to you and the grappling to you. And I think he's more of a striker, not that he has terrible wrestling or anything, but I don't think if you asked him, he would describe himself as a grappler or a wrestler. And yeah, I like it. I've watched a lot of his fights. I think no one brings the fight to him. I think they're all worried about his power. I think I proved in my last fight, I'm not really scared of power. I'll try to meet it in the middle. Maybe it won't be the best outcome all the time, but I'm definitely not scared to move forward and try to be the bully, which I like, because I don't think he necessarily has great defense. I think he's very linear in his movement, which is good for a wrestler like me. And yeah, I like the matchup a lot. I did a breakdown for Josh, so I kind of had my eyes on it. If I was going to fight him, what I would do. Obviously, me and Josh are completely different fighters, but all the guys on top, I've kind of scouted them out. I feel like I could fight any of those guys at any time, so I try to keep a game plan just in case.
Okay, interesting. A couple of things you said there. First, yeah, talking about taking a punch. I mean, you fought William Knight, who's now, last I checked, was fighting at heavyweight because he's such a big guy. Like he's got so much power. So yeah, I think that's funny if people are like, oh, the power edge. And two, I was just curious. I haven't seen anything on social media, but has there been any trash talk on his end? I know when he fought Battle, there was a lot of stuff that was said. Has there been any of that so far? And if so, yeah. So what's sort of been the buildup so far?
I haven't heard any trash talk. I mean, I expect it when we get in person. I feel like that's just kind of his character, like the character he plays, not like his character as a person. I think that's what he does. That's what he has to do to get himself excited for a fight. I think it's kind of corny, honestly. Like when he was about to fight Brian Battle, he's like, keep that same energy. It's like literally in 5 seconds, we're going to get into a fist fight. So I don't know. It's not my style. I'm anticipating him doing that. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, but I'm anticipating that because I felt like I've talked to some of the guys that were in the house with him on Tough, and that's just kind of who he is, and that's what he does. So, yeah, I'm anticipating it, but as of now, I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen any trash talk or anything. But yeah, we'll see.
Training camp, like you mentioned there, at one of the best gyms in the world, Factory X. Who've been some of the main guys helping you get ready for this fight?
Me and Dustin
Jacobi, yeah.
Yeah, we've been grinding super hard. He's fighting the week after me this time. So last time he was the week before me. I went out and cornered him, and then he came out and cornered me. So we're just gonna flip roles this time. And Austin Jones, he's another guy who gives me a really good look. He's a really experienced pro. kind of similar look to Tresean, super explosive. So that's been a good look for me. And yeah, we've just been grinding away at this camp. After my last fight, I didn't have anything on the books, but I took a week off and then was back in the gym. So I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I've been preparing. I don't feel like it's any kind of short notice at all, which I mean, it's not, but I just feel like I'm always preparing, always getting ready. And like I said, having guys like Dustin Jacoby around is huge. He's a vet. He's helped me in so many ways other than fighting, and just having him as a training partner is the cherry on top, I guess. Oh, and we got a new guy, Rob Wilkinson. He's fighting tomorrow night.
Oh, he's been training with you guys. Cool. Yeah, he's fighting for PFL at the time we're recording this. Yeah.
He's an absolute beast, like that's why like when people talk, like you were saying, I fought William Knight, I fought Dolce, but I'm training with guys like Dustin Jacoby and Rob Wilkinson, who are legit 205ers with real knockout power as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're like, I feel like when I look at a fight with Tresean, same as I looked at Dolce, it's like, okay, the way this person beats you is they knock you out. That's pretty much the only way they're going to beat you. They're not going to overwhelm you with strikes. They're not going to out wrestle you. They're not going to out grapple you. Not that stuff can't happen, but when you're looking at it on paper, I'm like, the only way you beat me, you catch me, you knock me out, and I can beat you in every single way available. So I'm like, I love that matchup in the UFC. If I can get a matchup like that, I love it. So training with those guys obviously gives me a ton of confidence in my chin, and also just in the fact, like I said, that I feel like I can win a fight in any way, and that's something that I've been working really hard on.
Has Jacoby been helping you with your golf game at all? I know he's quite the golfer these days.
I buy some new clubs. I haven't gone with Jacoby yet. I'm trying to get a little better before I go with Dustin, but me and
it's probably intimidating. Yeah, he's really good. So
my coach is getting really good too. He shot a 76 the other day. So I'm like,
did he really? Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, he actually beat Dustin for the first time. Dustin shot a 79. He shot a 76.
Wow. So, okay. I didn't know that. That's great.
I coach quite a bit. But the main person I golf with is Colin Anglin.
Colin Anglin. Yeah, of course. Who's, by the way, I saw has a fight coming up for XMMA. So good to see Colin back in action. I know you guys are good buddies because training, you guys used to train together in Michigan, right? Now you guys both went to Factory X. So
we both moved together. So he's my golf game, but he's only a little bit better than me. I'm going to catch him. So.
It's that hockey background. I'm telling you, a lot of hockey players play golf. So
yeah, he plays like a hockey player.
Yeah, it's true, which isn't good because you just want to hit it as hard as you can, but you can't do that because it'll go everywhere. It's funny you mentioned this. No one in this interview will care about this. Maybe you will, but I'm actually leaving tomorrow to go to Whistler to go play in a golf tournament. So I love golf. It's like the best thing to do outside of everything else. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. Can't wait for Father's Day this weekend too.
Yeah, good luck, man. Yeah,
well, thank you. I'll do my best. I'm not great. I just got back into golf like last year, so I'm slowly getting back to where I was when I was younger. But anyways, I imagine your corner is going to have Mark Montoya. Who else will be? If Dustin will be in your corner, who's going to be in the cage with you?
Dustin and Colin. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sounds great.
Keep it the same. Yeah, keep it the same.
How's this fight playing out on July 9th? How do you see it going down?
I think my pace is going to be hard for him to deal with. I think he's a low volume striker, but I think he's a low volume striker because he's worried about getting tired. I don't think that's like his strategy. I watched his fight against Urbina. He dropped Urbina maybe 3 or 4 times in that fight, and he never tried to finish. When he did finish, it was a walk-off. He never tried to finish the fight. I think it's because he's worried about getting tired, and that's why he's never really foot on the gas pedal. So I think my pace will be a lot for him, and I think I'll find a finish in the second, late second, maybe early third. But I just think that pace starts to wear on people. That grind of that, and then I can find submissions, find TKO, things like that. So yeah, I think late second, early third finish, but it's all going to be set up by the pace of the fight.
I imagine you want to get one more in this year, maybe. Well, probably not 2. That'd be kind of tough. But what's sort of the game plan after this? Not looking past Tresean, of course.
Yeah, depending on how it goes, 1 or 2. Definitely 1. My goal for the beginning of the year was 3-0, and I wanted to get a couple bonuses. So I got 1 bonus. Hopefully I can get another one. But yeah, at least 1 more fight. Hopefully not at the Apex. I hate fighting there. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I'm on the side that isn't really a big fan of it. But I think they're going to start opening up. I've heard maybe they're going to be more places. Maybe they'll make their way out to Denver. I can hop on a card out here. That'd be pretty awesome.
Just kind of like off the wall question. Now, the Colorado Avalanche are in the Stanley Cup final. Like, does that mean anything to you at all? I know you're originally from Carolina and then lived in Michigan, right? So probably not anything like close to being a fan, but are you guys feeling it in the city at all? Because they had a great game last night. They won in overtime.
Oh yeah, it's huge, man. I feel like the Avs might be like the biggest team other than the Broncos in Colorado.
Yeah.
Obviously they have the Rockies and stuff, but the support that the Avalanche have out here is huge. And I've seen a couple guys, they come where I do my physical therapy and stuff.
Landau, right? Yeah. Isn't
Well,
that
that's where I
those
do my
guys?
strength and conditioning, but I do my
Oh,
physical therapy at a place called Barwis. It's like in the same
mhm,
complex as our gym, but they do a
good.
lot of the stuff for the Avs players. So to
Mhm.
kind of hear what they're talking about and stuff, and I mean, it's pretty awesome. Me and Colin were talking about getting tickets and going just because it's the Stanley Cup. Who knows when we would have the
Do it.
opportunity to
Do
go.
it. You got to do it, man.
Yeah, I told him I think we should. So I think we will. I think we'll end up going. But yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I feel like it's really cool just to see that atmosphere and environment. People are really behind the team, and like you said, they had a good game last night. They got a good shot to win it, so hopefully they do.
And we got to watch you, man. July 9th, UFC Fight Night. I can't wait. Cody, appreciate the time as always. If there's anyone you want to thank, sponsors, social media, you name it, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I just want to thank my gym, obviously my management, but really Factory X, man. I'm so thankful for my teammates, my coaches. They put in so much effort into me. I always say it, but I feel so spoiled and lucky that I get so much of their time and effort, and I'm excited to perform and kind of show the fruits of that labor. But my Instagram is Cody_Brundage_, and then my Twitter is Cody Brundage 185. So if you want to keep up with some of the stuff I'm doing, you can check me out there.